All right, new couch, who this? What? Are you direct? You're gonna make? Okay. Mom wants everyone to know that I'm bald. There you go.
Like nobody knows?
I mean, I've fooled it from a few people. Mom, I thought I was supposed to have hair because it's supposed to be your father. So Grandpa Nick had a great head of hair.
Right.
So why didn't I get your side of the family? Dad, was your baldness just too tough for me? Just the genetics overwhelmed it, or what happened?
I don't know. My father was bald.
I know.
I don't know about his
I
father.
think it all came from Dad's side.
It did. I think Dad's side
brothers
just
are all
overwhelmed it.
bald, yeah.
Exactly. But hey, one of
Uncles.
these days, you keep saying one of these days they're going to be able to fix that. But it hadn't happened.
You'd have to live so long.
So this is a new couch.
This
Yes.
is.
How old was the old couch?
50 years?
And this
No.
no, this is the third couch that has been here in the house.
Correct.
Out here at this spot.
Correct.
The first one was tartan red, right? It had a tartan
Orange.
pattern. It was
Orange
orange.
And brown.
Or
It was
Orange
great.
and brown?
It was great. It matched all the curtains we had in the house and a whole bunch of.
It did match, and it
matched
matched the 70s.
And we had chairs too that
right,
were orangish.
right. Where did you buy those? Where'd you buy that couch?
Where or when?
Where and when?
We bought it from Bob.
Daly. Bob Daly. He worked
Daly,
at
yeah.
a furniture store. He's a friend of ours
Oh, okay.
in Fairfax.
Right.
And that was the colors back then.
That was the color
No,
back
it
then.
was classy.
Would you say that not this couch, but this actual couch, is the most important part of the house? Historically, have not the most historic things happened on this couch?
I don't think so.
We saw Riggins run for the touchdown in the Super Bowl on this couch, right?
Not this,
And
the one we
ju-
just got rid of.
But I mean, in
Yeah,
this
in this
spot
setting,
right
yes.
here, okay?
Right.
We read "'Twas the Night Before Christmas"
That's
every
right.
year
Yep.
on this
Yeah.
couch.
Yep.
in the living room.
Where did we see Reagan get
family
elected?
room. I get elected. I don't remember that. The second time, it was over in about 5 minutes. He carried every state of Minnesota.
That is true.
This was the couch where I came back and slept on after I was out of college.
Yep.
And so that was this was the couch we were on when an airplane crashed in the neighborhood.
For sure.
yeah.
Nearly
For
killed
sure.
some people on the ground.
She
and miraculously
she
did
and
not.
me and you and Jim
Right.
between us, right? And
right.
we could see out the window.
Wait.
What else?
A
Yeah.
little correction here. I was upstairs with Annie, my sister. Anne Marie was a baby in the crib when we were putting her into bed. And you guys were down here on the couch. That's
Okay.
correct.
All right. Well,
And
just
we
suffice
met
to
at
say.
we met at the front door in utter horror.
So this is the third. Right. So this is the third couch we've had here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you happy with it?
I love it.
It's great. Dad, were you pretty finicky? You've got very specific specifications.
I stepped
always.
out of this one because I thought we didn't even need a new couch.
You didn't think you needed one, huh?
Right.
Okay. Well, there you go. And you got new chairs as well, so that's good.
I know.
So Christmas, is it true that I was tough to shop for?
You were impossible.
Because I wanted things that were hard to
No,
get.
you had specific parameters though. You said, check plus A, etc. Go to Toys R Us and
I would rank my lists,
Yes,
right?
you would rank
I would
them.
have but it was not a single ranking. Like it was not 1 through 10.
No, it was checks. How many checks?
Okay.
4 checks, and you had a code. Really, really want. You even put things on there with no checks or 1 check, and with right next to it, don't really need.
I never said that.
Yes, you did, and
Don't really need.
Or don't
but
want.
But I
Don't
wanted
really
it.
I'm not sure you'd say.
But I put it on there.
It's
anyway.
on there.
she's
Right?
got it bronzed.
Do we have one of those lists?
I think I gave some to you.
Did you really? Oh God, I hope I still have it.
Yeah, I
somewhere.
gave you a lot of papers.
I know you did give me a lot
And
of
there
stuff.
were some in there.
Nobody's got
But
enough space to say
You
all
always
that.
wanted a popular toy that nobody had. We didn't have anything like the internet. So
Oh,
you
well,
had to
finding
go
toys-
from every Toys R Us store.
Right.
And you would start out with the Sears catalog that was about 4 inches thick.
Right.
And you'd look through it and you'd check things off.
Oh, for a whole month leading
yeah.
up to Christmas. It
That's
was
right.
upstairs in the room with that catalog,
right.
just page after page after page. Of course, the pages that had toys on them, which was the back.
Right.
Yeah.
The rest was all, housewares,
Oh, for sure,
lingerie,
for sure.
And
Should have
I,
been a
didn't need.
Montgomery Ward catalog too, for all I know.
no, we had one. That was enough.
Okay.
Right.
But guaranteed it was a toy impossible to find, and the one that stands out are the falling dominoes.
Oh God!
my
There was a kit. Like
There
you
was a
couldn't
kit.
just there was a kit where you could like actually set them up with a flip.
Right,
Just
right.
one thing.
Yeah.
Right.
And I finally found them. I'm on the phone all the time. I found them at some little bitty toy store in Annandale. And I says, I'm coming to get it. I'll tell you, I'm coming. Don't sell it.
Don't sell it. I'm coming to get it.
And I got in the car, and I
Yeah, and you
Found
got
it.
it right.
Yeah.
What is the one thing you refused to buy me over the years that I asked for a lot?
Did we get them?
do you know?
We got them BB guns even.
Yes,
against my
Jimmy.
better judgment.
Right.
You weren't that big on guns, but Jimmy was.
Yeah, no. Jimmy had the Crossman 760, which was a great gun. It was a pump gun. They said,
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
pump it up more than 6 times.
Right.
He pumped it up 20 or more times every time.
Wow. Yeah.
And the poor squirrels out that backyard, I mean,
I probably
they were terrorized from the upper window.
Probably told you guys that my mother was adamant, no guns in her household, and so we never got them.
in your mom's house.
In my mom's household.
Yeah, so you never had BB guns.
Never.
Okay. Well, we didn't.
Although I had friends that had
Well,
BB
we
guns.
right. Well, we didn't shoot our eyes out like the
Thank
line
God.
in Christmas
God.
Story. Thank
Yeah,
God.
really.
Okay, the one thing I asked for you never got me was
What?
a bow and arrow.
Really?
Yes.
I don't remember.
No, I kept asking for it, and you probably smartly said, "Nah, I don't think he needs that."
He doesn't.
That's
K2
the one you take your
footballs.
eye out with, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
K2
more than
football.
that.
Yeah, your
know.
brain.
Shoot him in the heart.
I had,
Exactly.
I had a cousin who was a professional crossbowman. You know, he would go to Africa and hunt with his bow and all that. But, you know, he wasn't that close a cousin, but still, it was like, you know, it wasn't unknown to us. you know.
Yeah, yeah. And of course, it was always Christmas morning, and you would make us wait at the top of the stairs.
Until
Yeah.
Dad
Had-
got the video camera.
Get
The movie camera.
The video camera, which was the movie camera, Super 8 movies.
Right.
And you had to have a big Klieg light on it. I've got a couple portable lights here, which
Right. They're
hopefully
pretty
aren't
cool.
too bright, but yeah.
Right.
But you had to have the big Klieg light because these cameras, the Super 8 film cameras, were tough on low light.
Yeah, yeah. So
But you had it, though.
We
and then
did.
you got it developed. You know what it cost to get the film developed?
A lot.
a lot, it was, yeah.
A lot.
And then half of it was always bad.
Yeah, yeah.
Of course.
And
Well,
she-
shaky,
and she
out
would-
of focus.
But she would not let me cut anything out of the film. I used to be there, you know, editing, cutting.
How would
cutting.
you cut? You can't cut.
Yeah,
You
no,
could
they had
Physically cut, splice, and
Yeah,
then
exactly,
tape?
exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
they sold kits for that, you know.
Okay.
And I said, you know, you think everything is golden, but no, these are bad sequences. We're cutting them out.
That's why I have 25,000 photos on
Yeah.
my iPad.
But it
Oh,
was
my God.
expensive to do that because you know a Super 8 roll of film probably cost $8.50 and it didn't get you very far.
$8.50 back in
Back then.
1972.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
That's a lot of money.
It was
It
a
is,
lot
yeah.
of money.
It
Yeah.
costs so much, and then it cost what to get it developed.
Oh, that's another thing.
Even
Yeah,
more.
similar.
I don't
Yeah,
remember.
yeah.
You know, I've got those originals in
I
my
know you
basement.
do.
You know, I converted most of them.
I do.
Yeah.
I didn't know you didn't convert them all.
Well, I converted everything I had.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now,
okay.
is it the most meticulous sort of accounting for, did I get this, did I get that? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There could be
but
some
you
stuff.
Well, if you
that I
have
missed.
any that you haven't
Yeah.
converted, you should probably try it. But
Do you remember the one year you decided to have Christmas in the living room?
oh boy,
No, in the family room.
yeah.
And you remember
were-
why?
You were living.
Yeah, because Anne Marie, my
No.
sister, who's 9 years younger, this is what I remember.
Okay.
9 years younger, she had so many toys in this room, plastic crap from all over, that there was no room for the
was-
tree. And you said, well, we're going to change up. We're going to have it in the front living room. And it was the worst Christmas I've ever had.
Well, I'll tell you
It
the
was
real
There
terrible.
wasn't there
story.
another
Well,
justification?
What was the real reason?
The real story, my father, your grandpa Nick,
Yes.
came for Christmas. My mother had passed away before Anne Marie was born, and he bought you and Jimmy brand new Schwinn bicycles, and we couldn't fit Anne Marie's Barbie crap and 2 bicycles
In this room?
in this room. So we went to the living room.
Oh, But
So-
I just hated it because this
I
room
know
is
you
always
did.
about the tree, the fireplace, and the
Right.
and the and the.
Right.
You don't
and
like
the
a change
stockings.
from tradition, and a tradition is established in one
Well, when
instance.
something works, you don't go away from it. Now, I'm going to get these. This is great. This is the stuff of legend right here.
Yeah.
The old stocking. All right, Mom, who made these stockings?
My mother, your grandmother.
Okay. Oh, this is my wife's.
No, it's yours.
Oh, it is.
Because she
Oh,
made
Stephen
them
and
before you
Dina,
were
right,
married.
okay.
I had to add your wife's name.
Okay, and why did your mom make them so big?
Well, they weren't that big, but they stretched because,
Because-
they're knitted or hand
She
crocheted.
made them bigger anyway.
Because every
See?
year, okay, Dad, you're in charge of filling the stockings, right?
I know, yeah.
That's your
Yeah.
Both
jam,
of
right?
us.
Oh, both of you guys.
But
okay.
he has a big input.
Okay. Pen. All right. That's good. Envelopes. Can't get too many of those. What is this?
It's you wet it, it's like a dish rag.
Oh, okay.
Some of this is for
dish
Dina,
rag.
you know.
Well, of course, yeah.
Dish
And there's some
towels.
dish towels. Always good stocking stuffer. Up the chocolate orange. That's a staple. That's like every year. Office supplies. Got some binder clips, some scotch tape. There it is! There it is! The whiteout! Every year, you find whiteout and put it in the old stocking.
Hey, we have
Only
to.
you get it. Your brother and sister don't get white out.
Why? They got off that list?
They don't want it.
They don't. They don't want. What do people use whiteout for
I don't know,
anymore?
but there's a lot of it in the store.
Yeah, you
I'm
can.
just wondering because whiteout was used when you were used to type papers
Right.
and you made a mistake and you're like, oh no,
Right.
mistake. A single letter is wrong and they're going to deduct points, at school for this.
Right.
How do I correct it? And you would paint over the letter.
You can make little paint points with it.
Oh
Well-
God.
You get it. Only you.
All right. So what else about Christmas
Oh.
did you remember? What was the worst toy you had to assemble?
Oh.
The most knuckle bruising,
It was.
expletive
thing or two.
inducing.
It was before we moved here because you guys were little. We were still in the apartment, and it was a fire truck. One of those pedals, you get in it.
It was
for
made out of
Jimmy.
metal,
Yeah.
and it had bolts, I bet.
Right, and you
things into
never. It didn't have all the right screws and bolts, and we were in an apartment in those days.
Right.
I think it was 6 a.m. before we were done.
Jeez, that bad, huh?
It was awful.
Okay.
Yeah, you
It
tend
was
to
awful.
forget those. I tend to forget them because I don't like to carry those bad memories.
I remember that one. That was ghastly.
Was there anything that I didn't get one year that I was like, I can't believe I didn't get it, and I started crying?
I don't think so.
I
No?
don't think so, but the biggest surprise, and you were probably 7, 8, maybe 9, because Dad, that was when hand calculators first came out.
Oh yeah,
And-
the hand calculators.
And all as you kept saying is you wanted, and they were, I don't know how much they cost. But
Texas
Dad,
Instruments.
yes, Dad
Made-
found
$195
some.
at least.
He found,
$195 for a calculator.
No.
But it was for a scientific calculator.
Well, not what we
What
bought.
year? I'll look it up.
Well,
All right, let me tell you what
All
you
right.
bought. Dad found some in the
2004.
drugstore, probably
2003.
$10.99 maybe, and we put them in your stocking.
Okay.
And I remember you taking it out, and you said, "Damn, there must really be a Santa Claus. Dad would never buy this." That was a really funny morning.
Why? What was I so excited to add up with a calculator?
Well,
Math was never my strong suit. It's
That's
like,
why
why
you-
would I want
you might have wanted to impress your teacher.
to think that I could actually maybe do some
Yeah,
math if
except
I had
that-
the help of a calculator?
The risk
Yeah.
of that would be he'd ask you to do some computation and you wouldn't have the foggiest idea.
That is crazy that
Yeah.
actual handheld calculators
Right.
were not a mainstream consumer item until what year approximately?
Oh, I would say 2000
No,
and
no. 70,
No,
78.
no.
What year did you buy us the first handheld
Oh,
calculator?
you were probably
I'm gonna
9.
say it was. I'm gonna
80s?
say it was probably 2002.
78.
No, not 2000.
No, 2002, that's 78.
Look it up.
I will look it up.
Yeah.
78 would be about right.
Yeah.
I remember.
I remember there was some dumb game on one of the calculators that you had to pretend you were landing a spaceship on the moon, and you had to hit calculations to keep it from getting away from you.
Yeah.
It was like the dumbest thing. Of course, we also had
Atari.
Magnavox, Before Atari, we had Magnavox. That was the first home video game, right? Where it had the static overlays on the screen. You remember
right.
those?
I thought that was Atari.
You don't remember those, do you?
I remember them.
Yeah.
I thought that was the Atari.
No, that was not Atari. That was, I believe, Magnavox.
Could have been
Okay.
Magnavox, sure,
Yeah.
sure.
And
Oh,
we
I
had
remember
Atari,
those.
and we had pretty much every video game. Nintendo, that
Oh,
was hard to
yeah.
get when
That
it
was
first
hard
came
to
out
get.
as well. So, yeah.
But I will tell you, I remember dates because I remember having a calculator, buying you guys a calculator, and I remember buying a scientific one. And I know at that time I was working in Hyattsville, and that would have been years between 1978 and 2002. Not 78. I'm sorry.
Not 2002. Your dates are really dicey. Mom,
Wait a
can
minute,
you turn
wait.
on the fireplace?
Sure.
Go ahead, Dad.
Yeah. Now you got me confused, but.
Yeah,
No,
anyway.
it was all right. You guys are right. It was I'm confusing 2003 with 1983.
Yeah.
and it was
That's only 20 years, no big deal.
1983. Yeah. That,
All right,
yeah.
so the fireplace is now gas.
Yes, it's a wonderful fireplace.
And when did you go to gas?
Oh, wow. 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And we used to actually make real fires.
Real fire.
Yep.
Yeah.
And just too much of a pain in the ass.
It is, because you had to either
Yeah.
buy the wood, or sometimes if a tree died in the back, you could
Not
chop
only
off the wood.
not only
And
that
it
though,
was-
but you had to stoke it every so often.
Sure, you had to put stuff on there, and
Right.
then you had to let it burn out
Rearrange.
with the flue open, and then it would be
Absolutely.
cold in the morning when you came down, basically.
Absolutely.
Then you had to clean out the ashes.
Oh, yeah.
and
But there's
it was-
nothing like a real fire.
Oh, yeah,
Nothing
there
like
is.
a real. You're like, yeah, there is. And you just started it with
Just
the
like
click of a
this.
button right there.
Click, click.
Yeah.
Well,
Tells me
there's
the
a reason
temperature.
that almost everybody in the world is going over to gas fireplaces, I guess.
Just
Pretty much.
You haven't gone, huh?
No, we got a real one.
Yeah.
Do you
But,
burn fire?
But you have to use it.
Yeah, my wife doesn't really like when they do that. Every now and then I'm like, hey, I got all this wood. Can we have a fire? And she's like, I don't know about that.
Look what it's done to the fire, the wall, the brick wall.
What about it?
The real fires, it's all
Yeah.
black.
Well, that's what
Yeah.
real fires do, Mom.
Well, that's why I have gas now.
That's the way it is. Old school.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's
All right.
much easier.
So I guess the only question is, when are you going to move to Boca del Vista
Never.
and sell me this house
Never.
at 15% below market?
I would
since
love to
I am owed that as your son, as your favorite son, the number one
No.
child.
I would love to see
You're the
you.
number two, in case you
Wait a
forgot.
minute. Wait
No,
a
in
minute.
the rankings I'm one, but I'm
Wait
the
a-
second in sequence.
Wait a minute. I would love to see you or one of you guys, including Anne-Marie, owning this house and living here. But then
What have
again-
I got? What if I bought the house and knocked it down right away?
Well, you could, because they're doing
How
that.
would you feel about that? Think about that. You guys moved to Boca del Vista, and I get the house, and you're like, I'm so glad, Steven, you're going to care for it. It's so wonderful. Preserve family memories. And the next day you come back, there's bulldozers.
No.
And I didn't tell you about it either. And I was just like, no, I'm going to knock
Yeah,
it
but
down.
I know you have good ideas, and you've done stuff at your own home, and I figure,
First of all, you have to go through the HOA, so you can't do it right away.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They got to approve the design.
Yeah. And I mean,
How do they approve some of these modern weirdo designs in the neighborhood?
that's not our neighborhood.
Oh, it isn't.
No.
They're out of the HOA.
They're out of the-
Well, the HOA has no teeth because Mr. Goff's house across the way, Colonel Goff,
It doesn't.
is an absolute disaster.
I know. but
Luckily, this video is not going
But-
to show that, but the owner of the house across the street from my parents' house, it's in utter dishevelment.
Right.
Weeds, vines, everything. He's got mulch in the driveway
12
that's
years.
been there for 12 years. Doesn't park his cars there. And you guys have not been able to evict him.
one of our
wait
one,
a minute.
one of
I
our
said-
contractors that worked here, as he was leaving after finishing the job, he walked out there and we were saying goodbyes.
And he's like,
He
"What-
says-
who's
he
that
says-
asshole that lives
he-
over there?"
No, he says, what's over there? The Addams family?
He said that? Yeah. This is what HOAs are for. To
However,
clamp down on guys and owners that don't uphold their properties.
I have a theory that he may be doing this with a little thumb in your eye, because
To who?
well, to whoever was criticizing him for not
nobody, he
cutting his
doesn't
thing.
talk to anybody.
So
They
I
have-
heard that somebody said they went up and talked to him about it, and he had reasons for
Right,
why
I
he
can't
wouldn't
do this. I'm not here. I don't have help. I'm working on it. Got to get it. Blah blah blah.
Let me talk about the HOA covenants. The only thing that they have in there that's not strong enough is the outdoor appearance of your house.
Really?
Now, the county, and also abide
Well, what
by
else
the county
is-
laws. And
what
the
else
only
is there about the
outside
HOA appearance?
is that your lawn can't get 18 inches tall.
Oh,
But
God.
they are looking at it to give it more teeth, because a lot of the things like fences and knocking down houses is an illegal thing that's filed with the state of Virginia, so you have teeth in that.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, you don't have teeth in
Why
that.
don't I just shame him? I'll go viral with this and then put it out there, and I'll put his
No,
address
no.
publicly, and I'll get the public records.
I
Here's
don't-
the guy's name.
I don't
No, you
think
don't
there's
want
any
No,
good
he's a
future.
lawyer.
You're like, he's a lawyer.
He's a lawyer.
Oh, okay. What kind of lawyer?
I have no idea.
Tort lawyer, litigation lawyer,
I have no
privacy lawyer.
Your brother knows.
Okay.
Yeah,
Your brother knows because
I
he's.
mean, you could look him up, but I'm
Yeah.
not.
All right, so I'll
it's a-
buy that house off of him, and then I'll buy your house, but only at a good price, like seriously below market value.
I mean, there's
What did
a
you
lot.
pay? What did you pay for the house, Dad? 66 grand. I'll pay you that for it. Plus, I'll pay moving expenses down to Boca del Vista for you guys.
Why do you
No?
think we would go to Boca?
I don't know. Just that Boca del Vista is the joke because that's Seinfeld.
Oh, is that
okay.
it? Yeah.
You would-
Okay.
Because there is no
If-
there
if
is
you-
no Boca del Vista. There's a Boca Raton.
Well, I
and
know.
a few
Boca del
others.
Vista is like the retirement
Yeah.
community.
Yeah, I understand that. And
You
that's-
go to the villages. Wow, it's a real phone calling. I guess it's time to wrap up this interview. Well, Merry Christmas, Mom and Dad.
Merry
Thank you.
Thanks for
Christmas
having
to
us
you.
as always.
well, thank
I'm
you.
glad you're here.
Another happy Christmas
You're
in
all
the
right,
Saban
buddy boy.
household. So
Yep,
there it
right.
yep, yep.
is. All right, let's go eat.
Oh, we're far from eating.
Oh, come on.
Just ask me that.
Long, long ago.